Hi, Leo. So this is your monthly reading for March 2021. So check for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, but I highly suggest that you check for whatever sign you intuitively are drawn to, or if the title of the reading resonates for you as well, definitely check it out. Also keep in mind to make sure to check out my podcast, The Wheel of Divinity. That's on anchor.fm. So all the information for that is down below in the description box for The Wheel of Divinity. Okay, that's where I post daily love, weekly oracle, moon transit readings. All of that is on The Wheel of Divinity. Okay, so Leo, what love messages do we have for Leo for the month of March? Let's get into it. Leo, so far I'm kind of like, cards that are trying to like come out are, it feels like hesitance to me, or it feels like certain blockages that you could be going through, and I feel like maybe that's internal, more so internal. But let's just see overall what's really good. So Leo, love messages for Leo. Grief, 3 of Swords comes out, but I'm gonna leave that inside. Okay, so success comes out with the sun in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, 6 of Earth. Give me a second to tap in. 6 of Earth. I feel like there could be obstacles that you're finally overcoming in some way. I'm hearing long overdue, and I don't know why dust just came to my mind. Maybe you're finally taking the time to clean areas, parts of your house or parts of your own sanctuary that you may have neglected for a while. But this could also be internally too, when it comes to self. Something, it's like you're getting over a hump, and maybe you were in a rush to start a new beginning in something, to start somewhere new, and you weren't given, I feel like this is past energy, but like read it how it resonates, right? But with the sun in reverse with this card, it makes me feel like maybe in the past or recently you've tried to move ahead in certain dynamics that you weren't actually quite ready for. I feel like the universe in some way was trying to tell you that it's the way that you're doing it that is the reason why you're kind of being held back from it. There was some kind of protection maybe that you had to experience. You had to have some kind of protection from spirit in order to gain some kind of truth or some kind of insight when it came to a different situation. Something that you needed to just see it in a bigger light, in a bigger way, you know? So what else do we have for Leo? Love messages for Leo. Oh, okay. So truths try to come out. That's what is that? That's 4 of Swords. And then Father Fire was just there at the bottom of the deck. I think it was in reverse. I believe it was in reverse. So I feel like there's this need to always come back home, always come back to the center, always like keep in mind how you want to be in a meditative space in order to ground yourself, in order to center yourself, so you don't feel overfueled, or you don't feel burnt out in some way from what it is that you're trying to incorporate in your lifestyle, or what it is that you're trying to bring to the forefront for others to see and understand. I feel as though it's imperative that you know you are able to navigate yourself. You're able to guide yourself when you need to, in a sense, come back. Like, shit, my words are getting lost. What am I trying to say? Like, when you're trying to, like, get back, in a sense, to the drawing board, and maybe there's something that you need to rearrange. Maybe there's some kind of redirection that you need in order to not lose hope or lose faith when it comes to some kind of development. And it definitely starts within. It's an internal feel. So 9 of Fire comes out. So this is more of your energy. As you see, it's like generated light going on there. And now I feel like there's upcoming movement coming in. And I don't know, for some reason I also feel like there's some surprises in store for you. Like, it's like you feel as though you know what you're ready for, and then you experience this something where it's like what's being shown to you actually has two faces. It's something like that. Or there's phases even, like, when it comes to your dynamic. It's like there's more that finally comes up to the surface, that finally catches up with you. It's things that could have really been blocked out, or it was backed up in some way, because it's like you just weren't ready to receive it yet. And now it's like you're familiar with what it is you're receiving, but at the same time, you're not fully aware of what's in front of you, or because of how it looks or whatever. There's definitely something that's different about it. There's something that's refined about what's coming in for you, what kind of offer the divine could be bringing in for you. There's something like refreshed about it. There's something that's fresh about it. So what else do we have for Leo? Look at you. Father of Fire. Yeah, and I feel like this definitely brings in more confidence, more self-confidence, because there's some kind of reassurance. Maybe something that felt lost was never lost. It just got misplaced. And now the form of it, the structure of it is different because your perception has changed. There's some kind of growth with you internally. And I think there's something about you needing to actually recognize that, because it's noticed by everyone else around you, most likely. Like, whoever is in your life or who's ever close to you and is around you recognizes the changes within you, but you're not really recognizing it you're not recognizing it so much. So I feel like there's some kind of illumination that comes in, some kind of awakening that has you realize how your perception has changed, right? And that gives you some kind of boost of energy to move forward or to anchor something in. It's something like that. So yeah, that's cool. What else do we have for Leo? Love messages for Leo. March 2021. Fire wants to, okay, I thought this was fire. Ace of Earth. So that's coming around town with 10 of Earth in reverse at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is really speaking to me, like, as in you just needing to recognize, like, your own development, your own internal growth. You know what I mean? It's something about that. that is how more abundance is actually brought in. It's brought in for you, because it's this feeling of like, it's like a weightless feeling. It's like everything is here, but nothing is really here. And there's something about being okay with that, because it's something about you having to really, I hear progress, but it's like you need to, it's almost like you needing to build this understanding of how you have the capability to produce your own manifestations, to produce your own resources, most definitely your own resources. So there's an expansion here, nonetheless. Yeah, and now, so what is this? So Mother of Earth comes out in reverse, with Father of Water showing up in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And then Father of Fire is out here. So I'm going to put Mother of Earth in reverse down next to Father of Fire. And I'm going to try to, look, the moon is here. Okay. With destruction, which is 10 of, what is this? 10 of Earth, right? No, 10 of Swords. Now let me just tap in really quick for you. I feel like in the how it is that you move, how it is that you navigate through your own experiences, even your own adversities, you know, your challenges, whatever it is that you go through, however it is that you navigate yourself, however it is that you guide yourself in order to get things done and to see progress, to see growth, to create growth, right? It's something about you feeling like you are worried. Like, it's almost like sometimes maybe there's a bit of fear here on how it is that you're evolving, how it is that you're changing, right? How it is that you're growing. And maybe there are like parts of you that play a big role in some way. It's like the aspect to it is very original. It's very Leo. It's very who you are. And I think you have worried about that in some way being diminished because other things around you are changing, and you are seeing that reflection. You are feeling yourself change as well. But you feel as though the more change that intertwines, I hear that, the more change that comes in along with your change, you feel like parts of your essence is taken away because of that. You feel like you don't want that to be diminished. You don't want that to be overlooked or like some kind of shadow taking over those really warm parts of you that really make up who you are, and in a sense have you stand out from everyone else. I feel that. So how I see it is, if you feel like you can't get away from that feeling, like it's like, okay, yeah, I know I'm doing pretty well than what I was before. Like I'm really, I'm catching up with certain things. Like things are starting to really, come into place for me. Things are starting to unfold in a way that feels right to me. But I still feel like to some extent I'm betraying myself. Like maybe a part of you feels like you're betraying your inner child. And I feel like that is where you make room for you to gain more enlightenment about your inner child, about your higher self, because there are still parts of you that you are criticizing. There could still be parts of you that it's like you can't help but to criticize yourself or like talk down to yourself, like, and that's actually creating blockages on how you can see that expansion within who it is that you are. You get what I mean? It's like, so I feel like Spirit's advice here is If you feel like you can't shake yourself out of that feeling, then incorporate more of who you are, and in a sense, let everything else pour out to give you that mirror effect, to give you that reflection, to help you reflect internally with self, so you could be receiving opinions from others about how they see you, whether you ask them or not. I feel like there's a lot of high vibration that comes from this, because it's supposed to, in a sense, unveil and reveal things that you haven't fully processed within yourself internally. So there's nothing that, in a sense, there's no loss when it comes to this inner reflection. It's actually opening you up to more expansion and more ascension of self. I think maybe you're a little timid or a little hesitant or afraid to see what comes out of that experience, to see what unfolds when you don't have full access to be all like, oh, well, I have the answers. Oh, I know the answer to that. Now you're kind of seeing, I feel like you're just receiving accolades at this point. Now you're actually receiving, you're being rewarded for how it is that you present yourself and how you are of service to your community and all of that, how you've been a friend, to so-and-so for this many years, and how you've been that friend to that person, to that individual, right? All of that is kind of it's being a mirror for you. That's how I see it. And I feel like certain parts of it, you're surprised about it. You're surprised about the responses that you're receiving from the universe, how it all looks, and you're all like, oh shit, I think you were underestimating yourself to some extent, where you thought you thought how you're being critiqued wasn't going to be strong enough, it wasn't going to be good enough in some way. And now that you're actually receiving, these compliments and these responses and all of that, you're all like, oh shit, it wasn't so bad. You could have been assuming not the worst, but you didn't have as high hopes for yourself as you could. So yeah, I feel like this all feels pretty good. I feel like there's a lot of burdens that you could be dropping too, because you're just seeing yourself in a new light, and people around you are helping you. They're adding on to that because they're helping you see your own light. So use your light. You're the sun. All right. So I'm gonna leave it there. I love you.